Homeless Task Force. Today is Thursday, December 9th, 2021. Okay, all public comments may be provided live during the Homelessness Task Force meeting by first registering for the Zoom meeting in advance. To register, you will need to provide an email address and a name. After you register, a link will be sent to you to join the Homelessness Task Force in order to give your comment. All registered meeting attendees who wish to speak must click on the raise hand icon when the chair calls for public comments. If participating by calling in on your phone, dial 9 to use the raise hand feature. And when you are called upon, hit *6 to unmute your phone. Your phone number will be displayed in the live meeting. The chair and staff will call the speaker to begin. All comment provided shall be limited to 3 minutes or less, as determined by the chair. All members of the public will be limited to 1 comment per agenda item and 1 comment for agenda items. Okay, let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. Is there a flag? Okay, thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, roll call. Robert?
All right, thank you, Chair. Chair William Lamb.
Here.
Vice Chair Alexander.
Here.
Jeremy Bevington.
Present.
Bertie Centeno.
Yeah.
Ricky Davis. Ricky Davis. Martha Lambden. Martha Lambden. Norma Morales. Norma Morales. Lisa Moreno. Lisa Moreno. Barbara Jo Navarro.
Here.
And Tina Zhu.
Here.
That's the roll call, Chair.
Okay, thank you. Approval of agenda, December 9th, 2021. May I have a motion to approve today's agenda?
I can make the motion. This is Tina.
May I have a second? Anyone second the motion to approve of today's agenda?
I'll second the motion.
Thank you, Jeremy. Okay, in the past, we appoint each member. Robert, can you help us?
Sure. Looks like we have somebody else joining on here. Oh, it's just Sine. Okay. Chair Lamb.
Aye.
Vice Chair Alexander. Vice Chair Alexander.
Aye. Aye.
Jeremy Bevington.
Aye.
Bertie Centeno.
Aye.
And Barbara Jo Navarro.
Aye.
And Tina Zhu.
Okay, thank you. Now we are doing approval of minutes from last meeting, November 15, 2021. I assume everyone has a chance to read it? Okay, may I have a motion to approve the minutes from last meeting? Oh, Tina, you raise your hand?
Yeah, I have two questions on the minute. So,
Okay.
if I may, thank you. There's one motion at the second page, motion to add individuals and youth aging out of foster care and to approve slide 16. In my memory, I remember it's about individual that or individual youth that are aging out of the foster care, not is an and. So I was wondering if anyone remember that.
Robert, can you pull out the minutes?
Yes, Chair, just give me 1 second.
Sine has her hand raised as well.
Yeah.
So maybe
Oh.
she remembers.
Okay.
If I can ask you a clarifying question too, because I did go back to watch the video. So on the red line for the slide, it's individuals, comma, and youth aging out of foster care. So the full bullet point is temporary shelter and resources center for families, comma, seniors, comma, and then the group added, the task force added individuals, comma, and youth aging out of foster care.
So in the minutes, it just appears that it's missing a comment.
I think that's the way it looks, yeah, but it's adding individuals and youth.
Motion to add,
aging out.
and they should put, they should distinguish what they're adding. So maybe put a comma after add, put in quotes or something, what they're adding. Yeah,
Yeah. Is this the next like to speak?
Sane, I saw her hand was removed.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is that, yeah, we wanted to include the foster kids that were aging out of the system when they were turning 18.
Yeah,
Because they're
that's
the-
what I'm
they're a
understanding too.
Part of the homelessness, the unhoused, that's living on the streets.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I vote for too. So so just to clarify, if everyone can look at the slide, that if we add individual, that means almost like for everyone. So there's no difference for I don't understand why we need to add the description there if it's for individual. But when in my memory at last meeting, the reason why we add it is to add the youth that are aging out of the foster care, but we say as like individual youth aging out of foster care. So I just don't understand if we are adding individuals, then why we need to add it at all, because it's for everyone then. Do I make sense? I hope.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Yeah, it's the same point Sane was making earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, I think my recollection was maybe this started as, because they only said families and seniors. And then, there were some questions about them. What about individuals? But if the task force wants to basically remove that comma after individuals on the slide, I think that's what I'm hearing. We can.
No, what I'm hearing is individuals should not be there. Tina, is that correct? My understanding?
Yeah, or the and should not be there, or we can say individual youth that aging out of foster care. But yeah, I just want to check if others remember. At least Sane, I think Sane is kind of the same point with me, but I also want to see like if Jeremy or Ferdy remember too.
Sadly, I don't off the top of my head.
Thank you. So the person that make the motion is Norma last time, but she's not here. But we do have a second from Sanao. So Sanao, what do you think? Should we make the change, or do you think that include all the individuals?
For slide 16.
For slide, yes,
Then
correct.
Yeah, slide 16.
Mhm.
Right, we can do, I'm trying to think of motion to individuals and youth aging out. I gotta go into slide 16 if I can remember it. We can do.
Yeah, it was during the, sorry, I know during the comment motion was, I think later on someone added individuals. But I think it's also on the agenda today. I think the chair would like to review
Right.
the presentation with everybody. Yeah.
So
You can-
let's do this. Should we
Can we table the approval of the minute to the
right
after? Yeah.
Let's see, how do we do this? Either we approve it later, or after we review the or we could put a comment that the minutes will be amended.
Yeah, I think I could suggest if you want to kind of allow, staff to amend this according to the discussion later, right, just for the minutes. And then we'll, of course, do another set of minutes for today's changes. And that'll be another, set of red line PowerPoint.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's table the minutes for amendment later on, after the task force has reviewed the all the slides.
Yep. Shall we move forward then?
Okay. Is that acceptable, Sharon?
Yeah, I think that sounds fine.
Okay. Then let's move on. Next item, public forum. Zoom attendees, public members are invited to address the task force on any subject not on the agenda. Those interested in speaking may do so by following the instruction on page 1 of the agenda. Comments may be limited to 3 minutes or less at the chair discretion. As an item not listed on the agenda, no response is required from city staff or the task force, and no action can be taken. The task force may instruct the staff liaison to place the item on a future meeting agenda. Okay, any public comments?
There are no public comments at this time.
Okay, let's move to business item. A staff update.
Okay, thank you, Chair. Just provide a quick update for the task force. that we have received the September and October data. So we'll be presenting this to the City Council next Tuesday on the agenda for September and October report for unhoused services. For the month of September, the Homeless Engagement Access Team in the county and above, they enrolled another 12 clients and completed 13 Leah-Spadat assessments. During the month of October, the HEAT team enrolled 9 clients and completed 9 assessments. So with that, the total, this makes a total of 104 clients enrolled and 107 clients assessed since the service started in March. And then for the month of September, for the mobile shower and laundry services, we hope provided 4 sessions to the unhoused community for a total of 80 showers and 35 loads of laundry, serving 52 individuals. During the month of October, we hope provided 5 sessions to the unhoused community, providing a total of 88 showers and 43 loads of laundry, serving 52 individuals. So we'll be providing this report to the City Council on Tuesday. And so wanted to just let the task force members here know that. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon. I remember in September, you were telling us about 85 unhoused in Milpitas. Has the number changed since then?
85 was total number assessed, and that was as of the end of August. Yes. So now we have added on, yes, another 13 assessed in September, and then 9 more assessed in October. So it's a total of 107 clients.
Okay. The original 85, anyone left the city or they remains in the city?
I know, yeah, some of them they are in the system for further referrals and placement into housing, but that does take quite some time. So they haven't gotten to all of those clients, but at least they are now, they have been assessed and they're part of the homeless database in the county, and they become eligible for placement.
Okay. Any other questions from the task force?
So I can conclude that no one has been placed out of the 107 that have been assessed.
I have to go back to look at the mid-year report, actually, we just did, which we talked about the last meeting. So I don't have that in front of me. We did have a small number. It was a small number that we had obtained from the county.
Oh, Sharon, did you say 104 or 107?
104 assessed.
104, okay.
I thought you said 104 enrolled and 107 clients assessed.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm looking at some, 104 enrolled, 107, yeah, assessed.
Assessed.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. That's good.
I see hands up from Sunday.
Yes, Sharon, I'm sorry. I'm having a really bad Wi-Fi connection here. Did the numbers increase on the unhoused in Milpitas? from the previous month? Do we
The
know?
number of people that are being discussed, yes, because the HEAT team has been proactively going just throughout the city, visiting sites. So they have been finding out new locations, in addition to visiting previously visited locations. So they have been able to assess more clients and offering more additional resources.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions? All right, let's move on then. Let's review the changes we made on the presentation from last meeting.
So Chair, you should see the draft PowerPoint now up on the screen.
Yes.
And during our check-in, why don't you just guide me through and let me know when to move to the next slide?
Okay. Yeah, let's move on. Yeah, I assume the first several slides will be updated by the staff. So let's go to next one. Next. Oh, yeah, this part will be updated by the staff.
Yes, we'll be adding on October, November, and December.
Okay. Next, please. Next. Oh, okay. I'm okay with this. Anyone else? If I don't hear any more comments, let's move on to the next slide. Well, I assume, Sharon, you might want to update us if before the presentation. Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
next one.
depending on right. Council takes action, to accept their resignation. So in January we'll update that.
Okay, thank you. Next slide, please. Yeah, this one is fine.
Hey, I'd like to make a comment on this slide.
Okay.
This is Barbara.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was hoping that we could reorder this slide, do the Milpitas Homeless Help Center, and then after that, do temporary housing, and then work and self-sufficiency, then homelessness prevention, and then accountability. To me, it makes more sense to talk about temporary housing before we talk about work and self-sufficiency, because if they're not in a location, they can't get a job, okay? If they don't have housing. So that's my logic on trying to reorder it, and then the slides after that would need to be reordered.
Actually, that's not true. Because people on the street can join one of the work program to clean up the area and also help the Milpitas staff to clean up the city. So it's not related to housing at all.
Yeah, I just would like for housing to come earlier in the presentation.
What's the order of this doesn't make any difference. It depends on the presenter. So whoever, I'm trying to organize in a way that so we don't switch presenter as much. So
Does anybody else have input to my recommendation?
Hi, this is Tina. Yeah, I understand where Barbara come from. Can we table this one until we get presenter selected and see what's the order for them to do the presentation, and then we can switch, because when we switch here and then we need to also switch the slide after that. I have no problem to put temporary housing before working, and I think that have logic too. But maybe we also need to see who's presenting, how many of us presenting, and the order. So is it okay to table this slide and we
Move on.
forward?
Yeah,
Yes.
let's move on.
good.
That's fine with me. Okay, let's move on and come back to this later on.
Hey, Chair, if I may, I noticed that Member Morales has joined us. I wasn't sure what time she joined.
Oh yeah, I saw her name on the
We joined
the
at
list.
5:29. We've noted it for the minutes.
Okay, that's great. Okay, I don't have problem with this one. Next. Next, please. I'm okay with this. Next, please. I'm fine with this one. Next. Okay, this is the slide we want to make adjustment on. So based on some of the inputs from Sine and Tina. Oh, Sine, raise your hand. Yes, Sine?
Yes, what it is these are the individuals, it's the working individuals.
Ah,
So that's
So-
why we had it listed there.
so
Because we
it's
talk about families,
so you want to be
seniors,
more
working
specific.
individuals.
So you
and
want to
youth
add the
aging
word
out.
working.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. More specific instead of general individuals.
Right.
So is it like all working or like have a job in Milpitas, or is that any difference?
I don't think it really matters as long as the individual is working, whether it's here in Milpitas or San Jose, wherever they work, as long as they're working individuals, but they are homeless in the city of Milpitas, then they should get first priority. We should be helping them out.
I agree. And I do have one question for, can you clarify the youth aging out, like that's how old, do you know?
Youth ages out of the foster care system at the age of 18. So once they hit
And-
18 or 17 and a half, they are completely on their own.
Yeah, and then so do we have an age range for this type of youth, or like only for the 18 and 75? Do that make sense to you? Like,
Yeah, we can do 17 and a half and over. That's in the foster care system.
and do we have a like on what's the oldest, like no, do we have a limit on the?
If they are in the foster care system, I would say anywhere between 17 and a half to 22.
22? Okay.
But they have to go ahead and they have to either be working or going to school.
Yeah. Can we also add the age here too?
Yeah, can we
Or-
put a parenthesis? Do you say Sine, do you say 18?
No, 17 and a
75?
half to
Oh, 17 and a
about
half.
22.
to
Uh-huh.
22?
So can you can the staff put a parenthesis 17 and a half to 22? And then in front of individual put working.
Noted.
I'd like to say something in regards to the working part.
Okay, Norma. Is that Alma?
Yeah, I just, what I'm learning right now is like some individuals, they were working, but actually they're losing some of their jobs. So I don't think we should restrict it for only working individuals. I think it should be whoever needs the support, then is able to get, help.
Or at least willing to get a job.
Right, because a lot of the families, I mean, some of people there, because we're talking about homeless, right? They might have a job and they lose the job and they're becoming homeless. They're not always working, or, they're not working, but they need the job. And then, we can keep supporting them. My main thing is like, I just don't want it to be just like working individuals. I think it should be anybody that needs the support.
Norma had as her point too. So in this case, because it's almost like everyone, then I don't see the point. We need to add different category here, or shall we consider like we say prioritize, and then we put the order after that. So instead of 4, so that's another suggestion.
Yeah.
Sunday, do you say something?
No, I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard your voice. Okay. Any comment with Tina's comment? So should we put a priority on this? So we prioritize families, seniors, and individual and youth aging out of foster care.
Yeah, or we can say temporary shelter and resource center, prioritize to families, seniors, working individuals, youth aging out of foster care between 7.5 to 22 years old, something like that. In this case, we can still accept everyone, like,
Yeah.
Well,
But I just want to clarify the when they age out of foster care, that means they're older than 18 or 22 years old. They still get support until they find somebody.
yeah.
Well, you go in
We are
Oakland,
just
they
we are
have-
just prioritizing the younger age, the younger youth that's aging out. Like if they are older than 23 and we have a room, they still can get it. We are just prioritizing some of the resource to the one that may need them more. So that's why we add it here. Otherwise, I don't see a reason that why we need to add the whole sentences, because if it's just for everyone. So
staff, do you get all that?
Well, if you want to kind of follow the same process as the last 2 meetings, if you want to have someone, actually make a motion and kind of state that, whole bullet.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
Tina, can you restate the whole sentence?
yeah, do we have more discussion before we finalize the motion?
Well, let's make the motion, and then we can see anyone want to modify your motions.
Okay. Okay, I can make the motion to so the whole sentences can be temporary shelter and resource center with the priority to families, seniors, working individuals, and youth aging out of foster care, aged between 7.5 to 22 years old.
Chair, if I may just ask for a quick correction. I believe the age is 17.5, not 7.5. Is that correct?
Oh, 17.
Yes, 17.5.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Is everyone okay with that? If everyone okay with that, may I have a second to that motion?
So we're going to go ahead and have the motion stating that temporary shelter and resource center for families, seniors, working individuals, and youth aging out of the foster care system, ages of 17.5 to 22 years of age.
Yes.
Okay, I can
Well,
go ahead and
with the word prioritize, you missed the word prioritize. Yeah, I
not
heard.
working individuals
Would you
No,
like me to reread the statement?
or anyone that's lost their job recently.
Robert, why don't you reread the whole sentence?
So I have temporary shelter and resource center with priority to families, seniors, working individuals, and youth aging out of foster care system, ages 17.5 to 22 years old.
So then
Yes.
you're okay with, okay. So you're second?
I'll second the motion.
Okay, Robert, can you go through each individual vote?
Sure. Chair Lamb,
Aye.
Vice Chair Alexander,
Aye.
Member Navarro, Task Force Member Navarro,
Aye.
Task Force Member Zhu,
Is it me? Aye.
Task Force Member Centeno,
Aye.
Task Force Member Bevington,
Aye.
Task Force Member Morales.
Aye.
Okay. Motion pass. There's one more comment I want to add to this slide. Actually, I have maybe I want to. I need Sanae's comment. I remember when she proposed this, she was also mentioned something for safe parking, like on those abandoned church building or vacant warehouses. If we have dedicated safe parking, then people with a vehicle can be parked next to the building as well. So should we add safe parking into this slides?
No, because I think it's on a separate slide in itself, in and of itself.
Yeah, it's
I
on a
think it's
separate
like
slide.
slide 3 or slide 4.
It's on a slide with the city sanctioned. It's on that one.
But that
Yeah,
one
it's
was
further
a
down.
different proposal though. This one is is related to abandoned churches and vacant buildings. And that one is totally different. That one is a dedicated area for parking. It's not necessary to be churches and vacant buildings.
Yeah, but it's specifying city sanctioned, which would be important. Okay.
So you're saying you don't we don't need.
I don't think we need it in this one. Because the bottom line is, I don't think one of these will be accepted. It'll probably be looked at across the board and somehow, you know, if the city decides to do something, they're going to create something from what we've provided. And it's not going to be exactly what we've put here. So I think it's fine. They know that we're interested in that.
Okay. Sanae, you have your hands up.
Yeah, I was gonna say we want to keep it separate. We do want the city has to decide where they're going to put their money at.
Mhm.
If we do safe parking, it's very little cost to them.
Well, actually,
if
no
they just-
cost.
Huh?
There's no cost at all.
There, well,
Yes,
you
there
have, well,
is.
you do.
Here's a
There's a
cost.
cost.
There's-
because you have to get a police officer or security to make sure that everyone's safe in that area where people are there park their cars. And then you also have to deal with the mobile showers, the mobile bathrooms for them to come and stay in that parking lot if they choose to. But they also got to abide by the rules. So they can't just come and not respect the rules of that safe parking.
Yeah, the programs that we've that are existing already in other cities are controlled by the cities, and there are resources that are needed to make sure that everybody abides by the rules that are set up, and the city has to provide the rules as well.
Okay, let's move on. Next one. Okay, Tina.
Thank you, Jalen. Yeah, so for this page, actually I motion to add something else, which is for the homeowner or landlord to apply for the tiny home on their own property. That is the example from the Seattle's The Block project. So so I would like to add it back. It's different from the subsidy for your house and then house. Is applying for is an opportunity to apply actually a teeny home to build on their property. So yeah.
Okay. Do you want to make a motion?
Yes, I can, or we can hear from the task force if any discussion or input on this one.
Yeah, I
So
like that
are we
idea. Yeah,
sorry.
actually I want to add, in addition to what you said, probably for people, for homeowner who apply for building tiny homes in their backyard, can be not only for unhoused but for very low income as well. So they could apply for section 8 housing funding. Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
you talking about the SB 9 bill?
No.
Yeah, it's not that. It's just right now she's proposing kind of let's say explore fundings for homeowners who want to build a tiny house in their property for the unhoused, and for I suggest for, and also for very low income people as well.
That's not part of our goals to look at that. This is part of our goals, unhoused. So
That
let's
makes
just
sense.
keep it this
Yeah.
way.
I think our goal is to prevent people from becoming unhoused as well. For people who are struggling, they should have a they should get some help as well. Not only from hold on 1 second. Oh, okay. If some people willing to apply and build tiny house at their home, perhaps they could choose their tenant for people who are working and but very low income. They could get government help on section 8. So that will be helping the whole situation for the for becoming unhoused in the future.
Yeah, it's
Right.
already available to homeowners. If you want
Yeah,
to rent
but-
your
but-
house and you want to make it a Section 8, there's a whole other process.
No,
for
no,
that.
no. This is based on demand and supply. I don't think there enough supply out there. That's why we have so many homeless. So if more people doing this, then the supply is much more. Then we can help more people. Yeah. So instead of we have this lopsided supply and demand problem.
I understand this point, but I also agree that that might be another program. That they can have another program to apply the teeny home to help with the very low income. And I do agree we can focus to fix the homeless problem first before we expand the program. So, but before we amend it, I would like to introduce the the block project. Maybe I don't have much time to explain at last meeting. So this program from Seattle, they allow the homeowner and the organization to apply the tiny home to build in their property and at the cost from the organization. So and there's many benefits from it. So basically, they are inviting them into the neighborhood. So and everyone's got the chance to know them, and they are just neighbors, and it's less cost than to the government to buy a land or find the land, and then so the county or the government funding just for the tiny home, which is I think it's not expensive to build a small unit on their property. So that's why I put the example here. And I would also like to see the option in this slide too. So that's the reason. So is there any more questions or discussion?
Yes, and A.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the block project, just to give you a heads up, that the block project is a nonprofit organization. And when they got started, I think it was in 2017, they had support from the community that donated the money. And each of the tiny homes that they built is about $75,000, which is a fraction of the cost of an actual tiny home. In addition to that, the block project hires their own. Okay, so to be a part of that program, they have three agencies that the person has to belong to the unhoused. And from there, they also have a case manager that will say, yes, go ahead and have this person to be a part of the program per se. And from there, they find the right fit. So it's like an interviewing process that the individual or the family has to go through with the person that's willing to put in their backyard a tiny home.
So
If I may kind of do a time check for the task force, I know we started about 10 minutes late, so, and I think I want to talk about who's going to present which slide, so.
okay.
I'm good with this slide the way it is.
Yeah, I can clarify my motion, and let's see if we want to add it as a whole. Motion to add a bullet point, explore funding for homeowner or organization to build a tiny home on their property. Or if staff have better wording, please suggest.
Yeah, actually that might be good. It's a general enough. I can second that.
Okay, can you say that again? What are you seconding on? How are we going to reword it?
I motion to add another bullet point to explore funding for homeowner or organization to build tiny home on their property. Yeah.
Why don't you just add it to that explore a subsidy for homeowners who host unhoused and ADUs or to build tiny homes?
Yeah, I think it's a two program. So this one is for the homeowner. They already have the ADU. They just host the unhoused, so they get a subsidy for bi-monthly, something like pay the utility.
So you
And
want a
then-
subsidy for building of the
Yeah, the funding to build.
okay,
the
I'm
Tina.
good with that. I'm good with that. And we already had a second, so let's take a vote.
Okay, Robert, let's move. Let's go through the roll call.
Chair Lamb,
Aye.
Vice Chair Alexander,
Aye.
Task Force Member Barbara Jo Navarro,
Aye.
Task Force Member Tina Ju,
Aye.
Task Force Member Ferdy Centeno,
Aye.
Task Force Member Jeremy Bevington,
Yes, please.
Task Force Member Norma Morales.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Okay, move on to the next slide, please. Any comment on this? If not, we just move on to the next one. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Any comments?
Was
No,
there a particular reason why someone said 10 to 12 members? On the accountability slide, it says create a 10 to 12 member committee. What was the logic behind that number? I'm curious. It's always better to have an odd number when you have a committee.
hmm,
Let's-
And
let's-
10 to 12 is a lot of people, okay?
Is it
Who,
better 9 to 11?
what?
Is it better
How
for
about
9
7 to
11?
9? How about 7 to 9? I'm proposing
Yeah.
7 to 9. Okay,
well,
I mean, 7 to 9 would be good. You know, I mean, 10 to 12 is just excessive.
a lot, yeah,
I mean, that's the bean counters watching other bean counters.
yeah.
mhm. Okay, anyone care to make the motion to make the to changes the
I'd like to make a motion to create a 10 to 12 member committee to create a 7 to 9 member committee.
I can second.
Just to be clear, we're just talking about changing the actual numbers, but the rest of the language is okay.
yes.
That's correct.
Chair, with your permission, I'll go ahead and do the vote.
Okay, go through the roll call.
Chair Lamb,
Aye.
Vice Chair Alexander,
Aye.
Task Force Member Barbara Jo Navarro,
Aye.
Task Force Member Tina Ju,
Aye.
Task Force Member Ferdy Centeno,
Aye.
Task Force Member Jeremy Bevington,
Aye.
Task Force Member Norma Morales.
Aye.
Okay,
Nice.
let's move on. All right, so that's all the presentation slides, and the next item on our list is determine
Sorry,
So we-
Chair. Do you
Huh?
think that slide you were going to go back to was the report outline?
Oh, yeah,
That's
we need
after the
to,
selection.
we need to do the representative present to the city council. So let's go through and then we select the presenter and then go back to that slide.
Okay.
Okay, we are on item 7C.
Yeah, just put up the slide that has the list. And then we can decide who's going to talk and which topics. That's it. That's it.
No,
right there.
no, not that one. Next.
After
Page 10.
after the members.
After
Yeah,
the member,
there.
yeah, this
Yeah.
one, okay.
Mhm.
I can do the plan overview, and I can do the Milpitas Homeless Help Center, and I can do the work and self-sufficiency, and I can do the accountability. I'd like to recommend Vice Chair Sanay to present the temporary housing and homeless prevention.
I'm good with that. If she's good with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I was gonna say I can do the temporary housing, but can we shuffle the slides around? Can we put temporary housing as first? And then do work and self-sufficiency with Milpitas Homeless Help Center with the homelessness prevention and then accountability? I'm
So
just
you
looking
want
at
to
the
go
flow.
first? Well, I want I'd like to do the plan overview. So after the plan overview, I'd like to finish off my portion and then hand off to you.
Well, you know what? She's
Oh.
making a recommendation, which I was recommending, and maybe there's somebody else that wants to talk. Okay. I don't know. Does Tina want to do one? I mean, she's given a lot of input. Tina, would you like to step up and do one? So that we can actually reorder this? And then if you want to come back in later, William, you can.
Thanks, Barbara. And I believe the presentation will be within 10 or 15 minutes. Am I right, Sharon? Is that the normal time frame for the presentation?
Yeah, that's typical, not that there is a limit or anything. So yeah,
Okay.
just to kind of keep it efficient.
Yeah, I'm good that William can present the work on behalf of the work committee, and or we can do the order if William would like to go first and the ending with the presentation. Then we can go like a help center, and then we go to temporary housing and homelessness prevention with Sanai. And then William can ending with the work and the accountability. So that's another consideration too.
I like that recommendation.
Okay. If everyone fine with that, I'm okay with that. I'm gonna do the plan overview and then the Milpitas Homeless Help Center, and I hand off to Sanay to do the temporary housing and homelessness prevention, and I'm gonna finish off with work and self-sufficiency and accountability.
So to be clear, just want to make sure I have it accurately conveyed here. So plan overview is first, and then under program ideas, it'll be Milpitas Homeless Help Center, followed by temporary housing, followed by homelessness prevention, followed by work and self-sufficiency, followed by accountability.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's fine.
That's right. So can we have a motion?
I'll motion to have what Robert just said.
The order changed to what Robert just said. I second the motion. Let's take a vote.
Okay. Chair Lamb,
Aye.
Vice Chair Alexander,
Aye.
Task Force Member Barbara Jo Navarro,
Aye.
Task Force Member Tina Ju,
Aye.
Task Force Member Ferdy Centeno,
Aye.
Task Force Member Jeremy Bevington,
Aye.
Task Force Member Norma Morales.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Okay, so do we need to vote on who's doing which ones? Or I don't know how.
No, we just did that.
We voted on the order.
No, we already voted on the order and the presenter.
Okay, make sure it's reflected in the minutes that way, Robert. Sounds good to me.
Robert, you did get that right for the minutes?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Okay.
Big job there.
Okay, let's move on to the next item 7D. Let's discuss the next meetings and we need to schedule our presentations with the staff. And can you propose some dates?
Yes. So right now, we know there will be a council meeting on January 18th. And the January 4th meeting may be rescheduled. So that's being worked on, and we may not know that for a while. And the standing meeting for the task force, I think it's on January 13th. So one suggestion staff have for the task force to consider is maybe doing the dry run of the presentation on the 13th. And also that's when we'll, kind of review the final agenda report and final presentation. And our plan right now is really pretty much, putting this presentation into a report format. And staff will, of course, talk about the background, establishment of the task force, a quick summary of each meeting, and then attach the presentation to that report because that's the task force report out to the city council. So that's our plan. And
So are you
and
proposing
maybe,
city council, the first city council meeting in February, or is it going to be later than that?
If you want to wait till February 1st, that's doable too. But
No,
the
she's saying
earliest we can
January. Do you say January 18th?
yes, January 18th.
Yeah, that's kind of tight for the holidays. So I would propose, let's go to city council on the 1st of February. It's after our next meeting where we'll review everything.
Yes, that's up to the task force.
I'm just throwing it out, food for thought.
Tina?
Thanks, JLM. So yeah, I think we reviewed the slides already, and I don't mind to review again next. But I do have some other business item I would like to bring up and see what everyone think about it. So the question to staff, I think I heard the county presentation in our meeting that they are going to do accounting or pool for the whole Santa Clara County homeless survey or things like that. Did they finish? If so, I would like to know if there are any more information or data from the county side so we can update, because this year is already ended, and then I'll see what else we can do for next year. So if there is any report from the county, do I make sense? Do you know what I'm talking about for those? I think it's every 2 year or anyone remember?
Are you referring to the point in time count?
Yeah, that is the word.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, yeah, because of the COVID, because of the pandemic, they had to postpone that. That's correct. It takes them, because they also work with a consultant, and of course, there's a lot of volunteers across the county. It takes about 6 months for them to, kind of go through all the data and come out with the report. So I believe they're planning something early next year, and then it'll, be about 6 months later for a report to be published. Yeah, that's kind of my estimate right now. Yeah, I can confirm that.
Yeah, thanks for the information. Yeah, that's the report I'm looking forward to. And then another one is called a treatment strategy. I think we didn't cover any treatment strategy in our prior meetings, so I would like to see if staff have any information about the treatment strategy, which we may able to add to the our proposals in the future, or something that we can bring up, or any program. So I was wondering if there's any resource from the county, or can the city have any program to focus on treatment too. So this can be the item for future meeting if
Okay, for the January 13th meeting?
yeah, that's just a suggestion for everyone to consider. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
There is another commission meeting tonight, so I just want to be mindful of the time.
Okay. Oops. Sorry. And any other comment? So next meeting, do you think we need to review all the slides again? Well, we already done it last month and this month.
Yeah, I guess what I meant is that, the report, but yeah, we can definitely work with the chair on preparing the next agenda for the 13th. And I think I heard earlier there was mention of shooting for the February 1st council meeting. So that'll give more time for the task force to prepare.
Yeah, we need to make sure that the presenters will be available. So Sine needs to agree to that.
Yeah, Sine.
Yes. Do we just on the January 13th when we meet, do we want to just do a real quick rundown of how we're going to present it, or we're just going to go ahead on February at the first city council meeting? We're just going to go ahead and present.
That was a staff suggestion, possibly using, first portion of the meeting as the dry run. Not to review the presentation. Maybe I didn't phrase it right, but what I meant is for the task force members to, the speakers to do a quick dry run. You could, it's up to you.
Sine, what do you think? For me, I'm okay without the dry run.
It's just, it doesn't matter. I can go with the dry run or without it.
Or maybe both of you can dry run offline.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was thinking the same thing. Sine, maybe I could work with you to do our presentations offline.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, either or. I can do either one.
Okay.
I just want us to make
case,
sure when we present it in front of city council. When we present in front of city council.
Yeah, I will work with Sine on the presentation offline. So next meeting will be let's see, next meeting we could do some of the suggested idea from Tina?
Or we can still receive the report and update from the staff and see if there's anything we
Well,
need to pay attention to.
Yeah,
So,
that's part of the meeting. Staff update.
Yes.
Okay. I think that's all for today. Anyone else want to make? Oh, Sine, your hand's still up.
No, I'm lowering it down. I just
Okay.
didn't get a chance to.
So
Can
did we decide February 1st? Were you shooting for that? I didn't hear that.
I'm okay with February 1st. Sine, are you okay with February 1st?
I'm okay with whatever date. I just want to present it to city council so they are aware, because we do have an issue at hand that we need to go ahead and resolve, and be able to get these people into housing, because I'm seeing them pop up along the freeway,
Yeah.
and it's there's a safety issue.
Yeah. The only the only comment I want to make is, as long as on that night we are presenting is not it's not heavy on the agenda. If too many items on the agenda, then we might be able to they might push us out. So actually I'm okay with either January 18th or February 1st. Whichever dates has less things to discuss for the city city council.
Sharon, I do have a comment. Do you know when they're going to be discussing about the SB 9?
When we're going to discuss SB 9?
Because that rolls out at the
actually,
beginning of the year.
Well, actually, I think on the next Tuesday's agenda, there will be an urgency ordinance on that. I can kind of find the tentative heading for that. Let me see. Yeah, there'll be a public hearing and consider adopting an urgency ordinance amending Section 1 of Chapter 1 subdivisions and Section 9 of Chapter 10 zoning of Title 11 of the Milpitas Municipal Code related to urban lot splits and 2-unit projects to comply with and the government code sections as a result of SB 9. So next Tuesday's council meeting, there'll be an urgency ordinance on SB 9 related to SB 9.
Sharon,
Okay.
at this time, you don't know the agenda for February 1st yet, right?
Right. I mean, even January 18th, that's still, quite some ways out. So sometimes things get moved around. But we do know there are some items on the 18th already. And by our meeting on the January 13th, we'll definitely know that for sure. But as soon as we know.
Yeah, if January 18th is fully booked, then we shoot for February 1st.
Okay. Yeah, another thing we can do is that I can tentatively already put this item on February 1st agenda so that we know we want to kind of block off time already for this item.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be
Good
good.
idea. Yeah, and the city staff has to put the report together, so they'll need time as well.
Yes, so thank you. We appreciate the extra time.
Okay. If there's nothing else, then I'm gonna adjourn the meeting.
Can we go back to the minutes?
Oh yeah.
To wrap that up.
Oh yes. On the minutes. Can we amend the minutes based on today's motions?
I can motion it to amend the minutes based off of our discussion on slide 16.
Well, I think that whatever's in the minutes was whatever was concluded last time. So It doesn't sound like it needs to be changed. It sounds like the minutes are okay, but that's just my logic based
I
on
agree.
everything I heard today.
Yeah, I agree. We can approve the last minute and then we can still do the change motion to change today. So we already did a motion to change today. So I'm good to approve the last minute. Or do you need a motion?
Yes, please
Okay,
do.
I can motion to approve minute on November 15th, 2021.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, let's do a roll call.
Chair Lamb,
Aye.
Vice Chair Alexander.
Aye.
Let's see, where's my roster here? Task Force Member Tina Zhu,
Aye.
Task Force Member Barbara Jo Navarro.
I wasn't at the meeting, so I don't think I can vote.
Okay, thank you. Task Force Member Ferdy Centeno.
Aye.
Task Force Member Jeremy Bevington.
Aye.
Member Norma Morales.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Okay, and then today's meeting's minute would override some of the past minutes.
Yes.
Okay.
And we'll produce another, red line version of the slides with the changes today.
All right. Thank you, staff. I'm going to adjourn the meeting at 6:27 p.m.
Okay, I just want to wish everyone a happy holidays. Be safe out there, and we'll see you guys on January 13th of 2022.
Yes.
Merry Christmas.
guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Happy holidays.
All right.
Next year.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Holidays.
Christmas.